Yep, right here.
Hello, how you all doing?
Coach Saban.
Good.
Good to see you. How are you feeling?
Doing great. Doing really good. Nobody needs to worry about me. This is one of those things, when you're an athlete, you're always trying to push it to get to the pain, no game without pain. But this is one that you want to push it, but not to the pain. So I'm trying to adjust to that.
How hard is it for you to come here and not play around the golf?
I love playing golf, but I like also to support the event. I got mixed emotions about it, but I'm just glad to be here.
Are you surprised how quickly you're recovering faster than the 8 weeks?
Yeah, but like I say, tell the players all the time, they don't make them like they used to, and there's not very many of us left. So, I wouldn't expect them to be able to recover this fast, but it is what it is.
When do you expect to be back on the course?
I don't know. I'm chipping and putting, and probably start taking half swings here pretty soon. But I think 6 weeks is probably a reasonable amount of time. So a few more weeks.
Do you think you hopping right back into work 2 days after surgery kind of motivated the players too?
Well, look, I lasted for 6 hours, and it didn't really have anything to do with the players. I sat at home for 6 hours in a chair. Miss Terry took the dogs to the lake, and then I was walking around out in the yard. And when she got back, she said, I'm going to call the doctor or the police, one or the other, on you if you don't get back in the house. So I just don't sit still well.
Is that hard for you to sit still? Are people having to keep you from moving too much, doing too much activity?
Yeah, but the rehab has been great. We have a great medical staff, so those guys have really done a nice job with me, and I appreciate their efforts, and it's going really good. Really.
How hard do they push you through that rehab?
I think like what I said before, they push you, but they don't really want to push you into something that's going to hurt you. So they've done a really nice job so far. Balance and range of motion is the biggest thing that you're working on, and the balance part, that's why I was able to walk, in a day afterwards, is that wasn't an issue. So I didn't need a walker and I didn't need a cane, which probably helps, the rehab. As soon as you get the muscles going, you got a better chance to sort of respond. So it's been good.
Are you able to focus on other things that you, obviously since you can't golf, are there any other things you
I focus on work. I work all the time and golf that much of the time. So, recruiting is a big thing that's going on right now, evaluations of the spring, next year's opponents. It's actually giving me a little bit more time to do some of those things because I can't, really go out and play golf or do anything else.
Nick, I know players are fueled, when people doubt them. When people suggest that Clemson's kind of overtaken Alabama, does that motivate you as well to get back on top?
I think every year is a new year. I think we learned a lot from last year and how the season ended. And I think the players have responded really well to it. And Clemson's got a great program and a good coach and lots of good players. And I think we have a good program and lots of good players. And I think that the key to the drill is trying to develop those players so they can play at a high level and be able to sustain it throughout the season. We had a tough road to hoe to get to the championship game, and just didn't finish like we wanted to. And I think there's a lot of good things that we can learn from that.
Coach, you said Bama factor soon after that game the first time that we spoke. You used that phrase, and now it's kind of all over social media. It's something your players have adopted. What is the Bama factor?
Just a team that plays with a lot of discipline. Players go out and take responsibility and ownership for doing their job at a high level and a high standard, and everybody puts the team first. And that's the kind of program that we've always had. That's the kind of teams that we've always had. That's what we try to get the players to buy into, and that's what we're going to continue to do. So, last year at the end of the year, I felt like maybe we lost our humility a little bit. Didn't really prepare and practice like we needed to, developed some bad habits, and eventually got exposed by pretty good teams.
A couple more? One more?
Nick, this is almost a full year of the transfer model, the new transfer model. Just how has that affected the game and what you do moving forward, and how might you change it?
Well, look, whatever the rules are, that's what we have to live with. So, we're just hopeful that we do a good job for our players and that they stay committed to our program and doing the things they need to do to be successful. And hopefully we're not putting the decision making in the wrong people's hands, too much. And I think commitments are important to being successful, whether you commit to a process that's going to help you do the things that you want to do to accomplish the vision that you have and have the discipline to execute it. And sometimes those things are tough. And I think if we make it to where, guys have an easy way out, but that's not always going to be the best benefit for them. And it's all about the players, man. Everything's about the players. What's best for the player to have a better chance to be successful in life? And I think that's how we should look at it.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Coach,
thank
thank
you.
you so much.